here. Thank you for being interested in this talk. My name is Lucia. I'm CEO and founder of TATAM. TATAM is an influencer marketing agency with focus on performance. We specialize in subscription apps, but we also do some sort of e-commerce that we are going to see down the way. My email is lucia@tatam.digital if you want to talk with me or send me an email. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to start right now with a poll. You're going to see there the options for the poll. You can respond the first two. The first one is a question: if influencer marketing is part of your marketing efforts, yes or no, very easy. And then the second question will be, what's the main goal or the main KPI for your influencer marketing efforts? If it's more of a performance type of approach, or if it's more of a branding approach. So let's see the results. I'm giving you 20 seconds because we have a little bit of a delay. So you're probably hearing it now. So we're going to see the results in a couple of seconds. Okay, we have a 50-50 doing influencer and not doing influencer. Okay, it grew to 78. So most of you doing influencer marketing, which I assume, but what I also assume, most of you are doing branding. Okay, TATAM is all about performance. We do influencer marketing and we treat it like any other performance channel. And we're going to see it, how we do it, and other ideas to supercharge your user acquisition strategy. So let's go. This is the agenda. We're going to see how influencer marketing, if influencer marketing can be a user acquisition channel. Key insights from our studies. We have been doing this for over 6 years, so we have a lot of learnings, and you can see it in our insights and our studies. And then the 6 strategies to supercharge your user acquisition. And then I will leave around 15 to 18 minutes to talk about questions that you may have, and I will try to solve it. Otherwise, you can write me and we cover that in another moment, okay? So for us, user acquisition is definitely a user acquisition channel. But what are the characteristics of a performance marketing channel? Okay, so the first one for us is tracking the traffic. Right now, with the amazing tools that there are on the market, it's quite easy to track the traffic. But of course, with influencer marketing, you have a good percentage that we're going to see later on that doesn't get tracked, okay? It goes directly to the App Store, gets directly to your landing page. So we lose this traffic. But we are able to track at least a proportion of this traffic. So this is a yes. The second characteristic is to measure results. That being said, Adjust, Apps Flyer, both of them and other branch, other tools help us measure the results. And not only clicks or views, but really let us see the whole funnel. We can see every step of the way. We can see the views, obviously, on the influencer side, the clicks also on the influencer side, but also on the tool and compare it. And then installs, sign-ups, trials, subscription, cancellation, lifetime value. We can see really every step of the funnel. And this also led us to the third point, that we can assign a cost per acquisition and a return of investment of every campaign and every single collaboration that we had. So we can see what's going on and where the traffic come from, how much are we paying, and how much is returning as an investment. So we really think this channel needs to be considered as a user acquisition channel. And then on optimize, influencer marketing, we can also optimize. There are so many things that we can optimize that I would need a whole 30 minutes to talk about influencer marketing optimization. But we can optimize on verticals, on interest, on where the ad is placed, on the call to action, on the description, on the talking points, on the gender, on the age group, on so many things that we really, we need another 30 minutes to talk about influencer marketing optimization. But yes, this is also a yes. And the last point to define what is a performance marketing channel is the ability to scale up. Influencer marketing, for me, really has no ceiling. We have been doing this for the last 6 years, and we haven't encountered in any of our clients a ceiling where we cannot scale up in budget. And you may wondering, well, what's going on with the cost once we scale up the budget? We're going to see that as well later on. So all these points mark us that influencer marketing is definitely a user acquisition channel. And it's actually a pretty good one. And we're going to see why also. So these are the highlights of an influencer marketing channels in comparison with other channels. So for influencer marketing, what we see is a very high conversion rate funnel. We see a very healthy funnel every step of the way. And then most of our clients report that the lifetime value of the users acquired by influencer marketing are very high. They are super loyal and behave like organic traffic, more or less, but they're quite organic in the lifetime value because they came from a trusted source or a trusted recommendation. So user acquisition with influencer marketing really gives this audience a very high lifetime value. Just as a quick sec, I'm talking too fast, I think. Well, now we're going to discuss incrementality. This year and last year, right, there has been a lot of comments and a lot of debate around incrementality and how much are we paying to acquire a user. And if that user that we are acquiring, it's actually a user that needed to be acquired, or a user that already wanted us, already wanted our product, our service. So we really are paying just for free, or just because there was no real need to pay for that client. With influencer marketing, what you will get is 100% incrementality traffic. This user, this potential client, is looking at their favorite YouTube channel, or learning something on YouTube, or watching their favorite family on Instagram, or looking at the most amazing dance on TikTok, and suddenly there is a product placement and they feel trapped, they feel engaged with the product or the service that the influencer is talking about, and they willingly go there and investigate. And once they enter the funnel, they are really, as I told, very loyal users. So what we can assure that unless you do, well, there can be, like, if you do a YouTube video that is like this type of very dedicated video on one app review, and like you just do that, and on the title there is like app review X app, then probably that that traffic is not incremental 100%. But for the rest of campaigns, the traffic is 100% incremental. So that's great to know. And also the fourth point that has been in a lot of places in the last couple of months with the changes in the iOS 14, there is no use of personal data. But this is not only because of the iOS 14, but this is a movement that has already started a few years ago and will continue to get more and more relevance. Users don't want their data to be used by companies. Users don't like or have a very negative experience when they talk about like going to Cancun this summer, and then suddenly they open an account and there is an ad about it. They are not very happy with that. They feel hurt. They feel like their privacy doesn't exist anymore. So I think in the following years, we're going to see data restriction, personal data restriction, even more and more. That's great for influencer marketing because there is no use of personal data, no use whatsoever. What we use is their personal interests, and we can segment by their interests, by their gender, by their age, by their geographies. So the way that we do it on Facebook, we can do it in a similar way on influencer marketing, but without using data. What we do is we understand what is the target audience that we're gonna achieve, and then understand who's influencing that target audience. And once we understand that, then we can do a collaboration with those influencers and reach our target. That being said, I think influencer marketing is, at the beginning, maybe a lot of people saw it like it wasn't the best way, or it was very intrusive. But I think people are understanding even more that the use of their personal data is more intrusive than the influencer talking about a product. So I see good future into this. And the last point will be the brand value spillover. Like 60 or 70% of you are doing this just for the branding. And we cannot deny that there is a lot of branding, brand value spillover. With every KPI of branding, we can see a spillover. We can see, increase in brand recall, in brand love, in brand positioning. Influencer marketing can help us in every KPI of branding. And this is great. But what we do is we do performance in our hearts, but then we have a spillover in branding. So for us, it's a great channel. Just a quick water break. And here you can see in this graph, this is one of our clients' funnel. And this is the comparison between the influencer funnel and the paid funnel. You can see that the influencer funnel is slightly lower than the paid funnel, but it's totally comparable. So yeah, and this graph is before the iOS 14 update. So we're going to see in the next months how the paid funnel behaves. But on the influencer funnel, it will get better with time. So other great news. So that's why we think it's actually a very good acquisition channel. Well, now that we define that influencer marketing is a very good acquisition channel, I'm going to share with you 4 key insights from our case studies. We have been doing influencer marketing for the last 6 years, and we have grown a lot of companies, a lot of apps, monetization part or growth part, depending on where the apps were, in which stage they were. So we have a lot of knowledge that we share it with the world. So if you want to read our papers, you can find it in our website. That's tatam.digital/papers. You can find there all our learnings that we share with the world. But these are the 4 highlights or 4 key insights that we discovered in these years, or we studied in these last years. So the first one is that influencer collabs or influencer placements deliver 50% of their lifetime value results on month 1, especially if you do it on YouTube. And the rest of the revenue will come in the following 8 to 12 months. So if you run a collaboration on YouTube, you can estimate that the revenue that you have on month 1 will be double in the following months. It requires patience, but the revenue will for sure come. The second point, or the second insight, is the organic, right? As we discussed, influencer marketing is very hard to track, and there are a lot of optimizations that we can do with a more nice call to action, or more or a discount that it's more appealing, so people will be tempted more to click. But we cannot have 100% of tracked traffic there. So there is always an organic spillover. That is actually not organic, it's just non-tracked performance, right? And we study this with many of our users, our clients, and we saw that there are ratios that vary from 1 to 1. So one tracked user by one organic or non-tracked user to 1 to 5. So we have seen that for one tracked user, we receive 5 non-tracked users. So this is huge. This is very difficult to track if you're doing a lot of things, if you're doing a lot of marketing in the markets that you are, but you could understand what's the spillover of your campaigns if you do it in some market that you are not doing anything else. We tried this with several of our customers, like stopping for 3 months paid acquisition and PR in other countries, in one country, for example, and doing a lot of influencer marketing to understand what's the organic spillover for each of our clients. Point 3. So there is also a lot of discussion in the last years in performance marketing or in mobile app marketing about last click attribution or multi-click attribution and what's the best way to attribute the efforts of marketing, right? So with last click attribution, we measure in one result that 70% was only tracked, and the rest, the other 30, weren't attributed to influencer marketing, because this 30% converted with CRM or with retargeting or even later on, but the tag or the cohort was already expired for the influencer marketing. Influencer marketing is a very slow media, so people that want to go there need to be very patient, because the results don't come right away. And this is one of the key insights that I like to bring to the front the most, because for us, we recommend always a multi-click approach to attribution and understanding a full ROAS of the user acquisition, right? Okay, and the point number 4 that we already discussed, what happens when the budget goes up? What happened with the cost? Okay, we've seen with every one of our clients that the higher budget help the CAC or the CAC go down. Why? Because we are able to close deals with better influencers that have less cost per CPM, that are more professional. They know how to do integrations better. The audience is more accustomed to having collaborations in the channel, so they are more willingly going to the ad. And we can also do strategies of long-term deals where we set some part of the budget with the best performing collaborations, and then having less risk go into new collaborators. So the higher you invest, the better CAC you will get, probably. Okay, going forward. Guys, so you probably came to this talk for the 6 strategies to spin off from your influencer marketing program that will supercharge your user acquisition. So you have been waiting for this. So here we go, the 6 strategies. So the first one is cut and edit top performing creativities from your influencer generated content and put it on your performance channels. So this is an example on Bubble that we took one of the best performing videos and we cut it, and it became one of the best Instagram ads for Bubble. So this is great. It brings your ads a lot of freshness, a lot of relativity to the ad, but also will lower your cost on creativities, because this has been already paid. It's super important to negotiate those rights beforehand, right? Otherwise, it gets very expensive. So this is a lovely couple, Iman and Beck, and they did this, and it was a great success last year. The second one, that it's related to the first one, but different, dark posting or commercial partner paid boost from influencer collabs. Okay, this, I know we are in the App Promotion Summit, and both of these clients are not apps, but bear with me. This is Cindy did for Sandberg a lot of ads, but then we asked her to post dark post on her channel, and Sandberg was able to promote that post and achieving great results in terms of performance. And then on HelloFresh also, we partner up with them and ask them to really let us boost that. So in this case, what you can do is not only benefit or paid for the organic reach of your influencers, but really boost it and achieve all the audience that this influencer has and maybe is not achieving organically. So this is a great way to like boost and reach more people that it's already knows this influencer and will receive it very good, this collaboration. And well, you can see the quality of the ads, and they're amazing. Like the second one, the one from HelloFresh, it looks like a TV commercial more or less. But yeah, it's great to see great content creators, right? I love it. Oh, sorry. Okay, third strategy. Your CRM team would love this. Okay, you know probably that your CRM base gets dry, or they don't get so many replies, and they're having trouble having the base for contacting new customers or potential customers. So with influencer marketing, what we see is that the amount of accounts that the influencers bring to this base is enormous. So you can leverage this and use this together with your CRM team to have a very good base to write a lot of emails, nice emails, to incentivize a lot of new users to convert into paying users. And these users are already interested in the app. They already know it. They were interested, but maybe forgot to convert in the last part, or weren't interested in that point. And with a new promotion or a new message, you can make them paying users. Okay. 4. Also, talking about teamwork with your performance team, all this. We can see, we can feed the retargeting lists and lookalike list from all the influencer customers, and really look and drive traffic on performance. So with all the videos that we do for our clients, you can do the same. You can have them on your landing page and pixel them, or look for lookalike audience and really retarget them, or find new audience in the lookalike performance way. So this strategy is great also, and lets the performance team super happy, because the efforts are much cheaper and the cost per acquisition goes down as well there. So number 5. This is a great strategy. I love it that you can do it. If you are doing some sort of ASO optimization and you want to rank higher from some sort of keyword, you can use influencer marketing to drive that traffic. You can tell the influencer to tell that keyword that you want to go higher, and say, look for this term in the App Store and download the app. So you're going to get higher on your rank, like super easy. And this is also a great strategy where there are not swipe ups like Reels or like TikTok, where you cannot track it. So this is great to not lose that traffic, and to use it to a better end, like optimizing ASO. We've done this for language learning apps, or for Blinkist. This is also a good idea for when you want to have your own brand, a very strong attached to your brand, so you beat competitors that are bidding on your name. So that's a great strategy. Okay, we're about to get to the end of the presentation. So we're gonna see the 6th strategy. that is partner up with influencers, almost celebrity level or celebrities, to license their content for the app. Here is something that we did last week for Meditopia with Kevin Johansson. He's a singer, and he recorded an amazing sleep story that if you understand Spanish, this was recorded in Spanish. He's bilingual, but that was recorded in Spanish. Really go there, download the app and listen to it, because it's beautiful, super relaxing, and well, we love it. And this is amazing because not only he licensed the content for the app, but he also licensed his face to run performance. And the cost per acquisition there goes super down because people know him and feel related right away. And also he shared the news in their social media. So we see a 360 around all marketing efforts for the company. And this was a great success. Okay, guys, I hope you like it. And remember, these 6 strategies are above your influencer marketing efforts with performance. So all these 6 things you can do it on top and lower your cost per acquisition. So we're gonna answer the last question in the poll, and then we're gonna go to the Q&A. See you in a bit.
Great. Okay, thanks, Lucia. Okay, I think, hang on, let me get this poll going. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today. There we go, published. Okay, we have a final poll going, if anyone wants to answer that. So will you, this is quite risky, implement any of the 6 strategies introduced by Lucia? Let's see. I mean, any of is the answer, not all 6. Good. Okay, so yeah, it was great. Let's get into some Q&A.
Yeah.
So we have the first question from Nicole Cavaracci. She's the CMO of Divi Rewards. And she has a question. She's saying, we are a startup, and I wonder what you consider as a good range in terms of cost per acquisition. Also, do you have a different measurement range for your loyal customers?
Sure. Thank you for your question, Nicole. So it depends, really. Like, I'm sorry, but most of the questions that I'm going to respond are depends, because we sell with influencer marketing products or services that are like a 300 euros subscription. And then at the same time, we run other campaigns that are 7 euro subscriptions. So the cost per acquisition depends on the product that you are selling. So there is no benchmark if you're a startup or not a startup. It doesn't depend on that. It depends more of the offering that you are doing. And the second question was, sorry?
The second question was, well, do you have a different measurement range for your loyal customers? I guess you know, yeah, that's
well,
yeah.
Depends on the customer, on our clients as well, but that could be retention or daily active users or monthly active users, or for example, meditations track. With Meditopia's meditations track. With Bubble, it's learnings, how many lessons they took, how many levels they went up. And depending on that client, it's more on the client to define what is their loyal KPI.
Okay, and David is a director at Red Lodge Learning, and he's saying, hi, Lucia, I'm planning on launching my app next spring. What's your top tip for identifying and working with influencers? So is that appropriate for a launch, or is it something you should use further down the path?
So I super recommend to start doing influencer marketing as soon as you can. They can be your brand advocates right away. At the beginning, I super recommended to do it in-house with a small team. And if it's a very small app, the CEO may talk with the influencers and like really tell them the story, and influencers like really understand that and once and probably negotiate the price quite down. So at the beginning, it's great to have that. Yeah.
Great. And Lily is working as an acquisition manager at the Yachty app. She says, on point 4, how do you build the retargeting lists from the influencer marketing traffic? Is there anything to it beyond just, launching the campaign? And
Yeah, so it depends where you're driving your traffic to. Many of our clients send it to a landing page where they capture clients' emails. So you can do it with the emails or with a pixel on the landing page.
Right. Okay. And the other question from Lily is, you mentioned driving the search volume in the App Store. How much can that really drive? Are we talking, thousands of brand searches, or what sort of volume are we talking about?
Well, sorry, but that depends on the size of the influencer. We've done collaborations with influencers that got 20 million views and also 20,000 views. So that depends on the size of the influencer and the interest that it drives into the traffic. But we wanted, in my past job, we wanted to get one of the keywords super app because our main competitor was winning on that keyword. So we put for 2 months all the traffic from influencer marketing, all the efforts in the English speaking markets to that keyword, and we were number one. And then they couldn't steal that number one in that keyword from us.
Great. And you mentioned the dark posts. Can you go into a bit more detail about what you meant there, how that actually works kind of tactically?
Yes, of course. So you can do a post normal that your audience is going to see and it appears in your feed, for example, on Instagram, or you can do a dark posting where you only upload that on the performance side, so on the business manager of Facebook. And if the influencer gives you access to their Facebook page, you can promote that within the Facebook page to do performance. So it's from the influencer's Instagram, not from the brand Instagram, but it doesn't appear on the feed of the influencer. So that's great because you can lower the price a lot because it wouldn't appear on the influencer marketing on the influencer's feed. So the influencer just produces the content and let you promote it on with Facebook. So it's a great solution because they win on the side that their feed doesn't get, and it's easy for them to see it.
Got it. And okay. Yeah. Okay, that's really interesting. So on that same note, using the influencer creatives, you mentioned the example of, and we've heard this quite a lot recently from, using influencers as a source of creatives. We just had a session on creatives, increasingly important. The best kind of native creatives now are being produced by influencers, by real people. Seems to work a lot better. So but how does the payment work? If they create an ad for Babbel that's being used around the world, is it a one-off fee? Do they get a CPM? How does that normally work?
James, so what I want to make importance of this is that influencer marketing or influencers are actually content creators. They're amazing content creators. They are so creative that the audience is following them because they are good content creators. So probably they're I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they were a creator. They would have been a creator at Ogilvy or a video maker at, I don't know, any other agency. But right now, they're sharing their voices on the platforms. So in terms of payment, you can pay them, for example, if you pay them for a video on YouTube, then you ask them for the rights for, for example, 6 months, or you can pay them on top of that to have worldwide lifetime rights. But that I wouldn't recommend it. But at least 6 months or 3 months, normally influencers won't be too against to it. So or you can ask influencers to produce some sort of content that won't be posted on their social network, but used as ads. So everything is about negotiation and how much they think their work is worth. And
Great. And Anna is an influencer marketing manager at Vinted. And she says, well, it's not a question, but I want to thank Lucia for this insightful presentation. Very good and innovative ideas on how to improve performance with influencers. So
Thank you
thanks for
very
that,
much,
Anna. Yeah, okay. Oh, Mary, here we are. Mary is a co-founder of Stronger Faster app. And she says, I came in late, so if I missed this, but what are your thoughts on paying influencers for posts versus trying to set up affiliate arrangements with them? That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
When to pick one over the other, especially for performance,
sure.
I guess. Yeah.
You know, the thing about influencers, I would say like the great content creators want to get paid by their jobs. They don't want to go with risk of your product. Unless your product is amazing and then they don't have a doubt that it's going to sell and it's going to be amazing. Like, I don't know, Amazon, you know, they don't have that much doubt that they can do affiliate marketing for Amazon. But if you're they don't know it, or their audience don't know it, they don't want to take the risk. So they want to get paid a fee. And there are a lot of platforms, a lot of affiliate platforms for influencers to put it there, their names, and take a link and try to sell something. But I would say that most of the influencers that are there are the ones that didn't make it yet. So the ones that are great content creators, they cannot, like, they have so many requests from brands that they don't lose their time going to these platforms to be an affiliate. Affiliates work super well with blogs or with other type of content creators of more of a always green approach, that the content is live. But for great YouTubers and Instagrammers and TikTokers, I would say that they are not interested.
Got it. And Lily is asking, how do we go about sourcing influencers for in-house IM? Do you know any sites that could easily categorize influencers for brands to reach out to rather than doing it manually on each platform?
Well, manually, I think it's great. You know, like this, it takes time, but this is something that we've done it and we continue doing it, even though that we as an agency right now, when we have a size that we can afford to pay, we have 5 different discovery tools with the agency, because we have a very good size and it's worth it. But for a small company, I would say that going manually, I would say, is the best option. But otherwise, you can search on Google, like best influencers in my category, in my area, and then you will find blogs and posts written about the best influencers in that area. Yeah.
Got it. And you were talking about budgets. Once you get up to a certain scale, a lot of benefits kicked in. There's a critical mass effect. What sort of level are we talking? What's a good sort of monthly budget where you think, yeah, this is a sweet spot for a campaign where you can really start to move the needle?
It's a tough question. It's a very tough question. I don't think I have a magic number. We have seen amazing results, like going down the CAC like that when we are talking about 100K a month. But before, we also see great results in scale. But it depends also, like, for example, it's not the same to spend 100K in the US that's 100K in Brazil. Obviously, the results that you're going to get in one are nothing to do with in comparison to the other. But I'm sorry, I don't have that exact number.
Mm-hmm. And what sort of trends are you seeing in terms of spend in the market? There was a lot of talk at the beginning of or middle of 2020, influencers are going to be hit by all the changes, and then it seems to have taken off again. How's the influencer marketing market developing?
Well, I think there are a lot of brands there in the market. Like, everyone wants to be there, and like, it's something that everyone needs to have at least a check mark. And there are a lot of brands paying whatever on that. I used to manage a 20 million budget a year for a brand in a multinational company, and for us, like, influencer marketing was this amount, so we didn't care, and we paid whatever. Of course, when you're doing performance, you cannot pay whatever because it will be a very expensive acquisition channel. I think for the ones that are doing performance, it's going to get challenging in terms of having a good cost, a good fee. That's yeah. A same collaboration can be good or bad depending on the price that you negotiate the fee of the influencer. So I think marketers need to pay a lot of attention of what they're paying to influencer marketing, or how much are they paying by CPM and cost per acquisition, and like really talking to the influencers and telling them, we're here to sell, we're here to convert users, we're here to have paying subscribers. So if we are not getting that, then this collaboration is not working for us. I think we need to be very vigilant on how much we are paying to influencers.
Great. Well, we are out of time. What's the best way to stay in touch? I'm just going to drop your email address in there, and I guess go to tatam.digital, right?
Yeah, it's tatam.digital, or my personal email is lucia@tatam.digital.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for joining us today, and yeah, really appreciate those 6 fantastic insights. Looking at the poll, yeah, most people say they are going to implement some of these strategies, so that's great.
Hopefully, and I hope to see you in person in Berlin in December.
That'd be great. All right, thanks, Lucia.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here, and okay, let's talk.